women are willing to strip down their ego and be authentic and vulnerable while they share their stories. My name is Kasanda Bill.
I'm Edgar Odhiambo.
And behind the camera, we've got a gorgeous, beautiful human being by the name
Ninah.
Yeah. How are you
Very
feeling,
happy to
Ninah?
be here. I'm good. How y'all been?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome
I
back.
just-
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
to have you. Good to have you.
Yeah. Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it is. We were on leave.
We were on leave.
On leave.
Podcast leave.
Podcast leave.
How was your leave?
Hmm?
How was your leave? We can start with Jamlek.
My leave.
So something new happened in your life, right? Yeah? There's a change in
Tell
relationship
us.
status.
Tell us, man. Yeah.
Nilirudi soko sasa nimetoka soko. Nilioga na sasa nikarudi soko na nimetoka.
So umetoka soko.
Nimetoka soko.
Ah,
Siko
you've
soko.
been taken.
Siko soko.
Yeah.
Siko soko.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're trying to navigate that one
When are you changing your relationship status on Facebook?
on Facebook.
That's how it's for real, you know?
As you answer that,
It's done.
do you also think it's a struggle sometimes to kutoka soko? Like accepting and really packing your stuff and leaving?
In what sense?
Like you can be dating,
Yeah.
but sometimes you're just acting like you're not in a relationship.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, I
Nina has something to say.
you're
No,
not.
I'll go after
Honestly, I kind of struggled with that for some time.
Okay.
I really didn't know. Okay, am I just leaving now, man? I needed more. Yeah, and then I'm happy that I'm out of the market.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in a good space.
Yeah.
I love the relationship that I have, and I love this human being, and we've created another one. Yeah. So, but there's a time where I was like, man, I don't think I'm ready to go.
Yeah, the streets sometimes
The
they call
streets,
loudly.
yeah, they're
Like,
like, keep
Bill,
on.
we miss you.
The streets are always calling.
Yeah.
The streets are always
Yeah.
calling. Nina, you have something to say?
No, I was just saying how the streets sometimes, it's really hard to leave the streets.
Yeah.
There's because of it's so much fun to be on the streets as much as it's high risk and all this other shit, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then now you think I'm going to give up that life, Also, like you're being seen. A lot of people see you when you're out there in the street.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
true.
now just one person is going to see you.
Yeah. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be comfortable with that.
About it.
Yeah. And even now when you're off the streets and others who know you're off the streets would still try and holler.
Yeah.
But you have to be like, hey, my guy, I'm not there anymore. I'm not there anymore.
The tone and energy kind of changes.
The tone energy changes.
Yeah.
For me, what I'd say is I didn't operate like I was off the streets, even if it wasn't official. I moved like I was in a relationship.
You moved like you
I
in a
moved like I was in a
relationship.
relationship. So even if it was not official or anything like that until recently, I wasn't moving where like I was talking to other people, going on dates with other people and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think I preferred it that way.
Do you think it will catch up with you?
Managing the streets is
Do you
hard.
think it will catch up with you when you're in your 40s?
When I know it catches up?
Yeah.
Like when that your sneaky link asks you what you're up to. And then you're like, do I say I'm in a relationship? What do I say?
Hey, you up? Hey, you up?
Hey, big head.
And then you're there, hey, big head. And you're there. For a moment, you pick up the phone, you're so
like, do I say
excited.
the truth? Yeah, that's when you really, really know. That's the truth.
Now,
That's the true test.
talking about the streets, I saw a content on Instagram. A friend posted, and she was saying that I think men have been, I don't know if it's conditioned or brought up to, they are naturally polygamous. Yes. I don't know what you guys think about that. Do you think men are naturally polygamous or what?
I had something similar, yeah? That men are naturally polygamous. No, men are polygamous and women are always looking for the next best thing.
I I like it was not just men, women also thrown in there. So there's what men do or like.
So
and
it's
then there's
same was up.
Same what's up.
Same was
Yeah, I
up.
see.
Next best thing. If the next best thing for a woman is a polygamous man, easy. Sawa, twende.
I
Yeah.
see.
If it's a guy who's single and looking now to date
Yeah.
or see where things will go, pia ni sawa.
Yeah, but I keep telling my friends, kina nani anaitwa
Ina
no,
producer.
BC hapa.
Ni busy ama ni mbithi?
Potato, brother. So it's BC.
To you it's
So,
busy.
yeah,
Sawa.
and he keeps asking me. He's a very curious guy, so he keeps asking me, and I'm like, okay. For you as a man, most of your effort will be around trying to build yourself, like you're building a castle. For a woman, on the other hand, most of the women, they are wired to look for the best environment to exist in and to raise their offspring. Get it? So if you are not providing or offering that best environment, somebody else
will. And
they'll move to the next one. Nina, what do you think?
You reality, where?
I think just the nature of like the feminine energy,
Yeah.
it's very fluid, yeah. So it sometimes needs to be anchored down, and that's where the masculine comes in play. So if you're not an anchoring energy,
Yes.
I'll keep it moving on to the next
I
thing. That
see.
will slow me down a little bit, you get, and that is that kind of they call security, quote unquote.
Dope. Now back to
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we have
You also
2 new fathers as
two
well.
new fathers on set.
Yeah.
yeah.
Initially it was producer.
Drum roll.
It was Mr. Producer alone.
Yes.
Mr.
We
Producer
have
now has
baby Aitana and Miguel that joined the group.
Yes.
Interesting.
Baba Miguel
That is
is
Baba
also behind
Miguel.
the scenes, eh?
Yes. So,
So how has it?
man,
How has it been?
How long has it been since you became a father, first of all?
almost 3 days on Thursday. Yeah, exactly
3
weeks.
What time was your child born?
Around 6 a.m.
Okay.
Yes. 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So born on 23rd June. The baby's mother was born on 22nd June.
Oh.
And I'm also born 23rd
June.
September. Yeah, so it's exactly
the first half.
it's exactly 3 weeks. How has it been?
Yeah.
Oh man.
How was labor and delivery?
Actually, I sat there.
So we did
How's that?
CS.
Okay.
The lab. It was interesting because the baby.
She came past due date.
No, it was past due date. So we were already on week 40, and the baby was not showing any sign of coming out. So me and the mother, we decided, okay, if it gets to 22nd and the baby is not here, we just go and do CS. Actually, our intention was so that the baby and the mother can share the birthday. But we go there. Doctors also had their own plans, and they said, okay, it can't be done the same day. And also, my wife at that time had high blood pressure, so she needed to relax.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of procedures that needed to be done on that day, which is on 22nd, so that the delivery can be done on 23rd in the morning. Right. Yeah, so we did CS. We stayed in the hospital for 4 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3 nights, 4 days. And then we left on Sunday. We came home. That Sunday night was, I think, the worst, man. Worst.
Was for you or the baby? Or
I think for us, we struggled. As a family, we struggled because the baby didn't sleep. We didn't have anything for colic. There's the kids. So we struggled the whole night. The baby was waking up after every 30 minutes, 1 hour. And you see, all along, if there is one thing that I've been consistent with, is my sleep.
Yeah, that I know about you.
Yeah, I'm a good sleeper, man.
8 p.m.
Yes,
phone is thrown in
yes.
the room.
So when
Passed out until morning. Every 30 minutes.
and I've perfected it to a level where I don't need an alarm.
Oh.
Yes. So if I know I'm supposed to be up at 4, I just count the hours back, and then my body will just wake up. Like it just rests when it's 7 hours, 8 hours. I'm awake.
Does it feel to be God's favorite child?
Now imagine having that, and then this new baby is here. The baby doesn't sleep after every 30 minutes. It was hectic and stressful. I woke up in the morning feeling like, man, we need to take this kid back to wherever they came from. And it was so clear that time, like, man, you can be in a happy relationship.
Yeah.
You guys will never have fight because maybe you are mature, you know how to handle fights and all that. But when the baby comes,
It's a different thing now.
when the baby comes, the baby hits differently. Like you are no longer in your element.
Yeah. You're shaking.
Yeah, because for the first time, we had like a small fight because we are not talking in the house.
And then you live in the same house.
Yeah, we live in the same house. Like the house is not that big. It's not a mansion. Like when she's passing by, you can see her, and then when I'm moving, she can see me. Yeah, and I was
can't
like,
say you'll be back later. I've
no.
gone back to my place.
And
We
now,
can talk to each other in 2 days.
I'm on leave. I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere. Yeah, so it was everything packed. Fast forward up until now. So we've already figured the schedule, and now I'm hands-on trying to also understand the baby, what the baby wants, when she cries, how to feed the baby. We're also trying to express milk so that we can give the mom a break for like a day or two when she wants to, and all that.
Yeah.
So far so good, but it's not easy, man. It's not easy. If going back 10 months from now, or 10 or 12 months, if somebody would ask me, do you want to have a kid, I would say no. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. So guys out there, man, use protection, man. Use protection.
You remember that before we go on break?
Yeah.
Bila sok?
What
was it? Yeah.
Ogifrik bila sok.
Something.
It was for trust, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ogifrik bila sok.
Yes.
Where? Okay. Break.
Huh?
Take a break.
We take a break. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Hi guys! So today I'm at Istiqbal showroom where I get all my style inspo and all of my furniture.
Istiqbal, furniture for life.
Yeah.
Much better.
I don't know whether you guys have watched Roots. The one for slavery, the really old show.
Roots, no. It's
Anyway,
a show.
It's like a mini series. I don't know what it is, but it's called Roots. Yeah, they talk about slavery. But something like that I picked on from like Roots was like the naming of children. Yeah, and like when Roots is from where? Is it Ghana? I think somewhere. So when the child is born, the father would normally take the child and then take it out into like the wild or whatever, the wild of that time, and raise the child to the stars and say like a thing, right? I can't remember now, but I should have. I'll send you the link. But it's very important how you name your child, yeah? And they say in African culture, it's the father who names the child. I could be wrong, but it's the father who names the child.
It's true.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to... Baba Miguel, do you want to participate? I'm curious to know about how you named your child, yeah? So tell me about your child's name, how you came up with the name, what it means.
Okay, cool. So,
Baby's name first.
my baby's name is Aitana Kasanda. So actually, the form, it's called the birth form.
Birth certificate.
The birth certificate. No, not the certificate.
No. Before you get the certificate.
Yes, there's that form.
Yeah, the form.
Yes, that one.
Notification.
So it has 3 spaces.
Yes.
So it's Bill Maxwell Kasanda. So So for the baby is Aitana Kasanda Kasanda.
So her middle name is Kasanda as well.
Yeah, we didn't have a middle name.
What, anything from
Left it blank.
from your girlfriend's side? No?
No, like it's
Anything from the girlfriend's side?
No, I asked her, do you want a name or something? For her, she's Ninah. So Ninah is the dad's name.
Aha, right.
So no, we don't have a name from my girl's side. So it's Aitana Kasanda.
Okay.
How did I pick the name? I think I was just on a journey. One, I wanted a cool name. Yeah. Aitana is a cool name, right?
It is.
I have never
I've never heard of Aitana
actually.
before.
Yeah, but
have no
how is it?
Never had. Well, it's not cool. It's too late.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't think
I don't
it's cool.
care. I don't care.
You know,
can't
I
go
don't
and-
think it's cool. We all think
I don't
it's cool.
Okay.
You can't go to the hospital and not like,
two-
when you put in notification, tell us to change Gina.
So I wanted a cool name. I wanted a different name.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't want I didn't want a Caro or something Kevin. No,
Kevo ama
Siko Baya,
Brayo.
not Brayo. So I wanted something unique. And then I don't really know why I was called Bill Maxwell. Get it? Bill Maxwell. Those are my names.
Yeah.
My dad is Kasanda. I really don't know why I was called Bill Maxwell. And I don't really know. And I think I haven't been very traditional or very in touch with my culture to really know and understand. Okay. So I was like, this will be the child to the world. So I don't really need to go to my roots and dig a name. It's a name, for crying out loud. And I didn't want to have that mentality where a name ties you somewhere and then it ties you to certain things and all that. So I was like, I'll just go and look for a neutral name. And I want my kids to have names starting with A.
Why?
Oh. Why A?
I don't know. It's just
popped
it's just me.
It's just you and it popped into your mind.
It's
and
just
that's what you
me
wanted.
having fun with my young family. So I wanted a name with A. Nothing superstitious or powerful about it. I just want
auspicious?
A. Maybe it's there. I really don't know. So I looked around. We had like 10 names, 10 boy names, 10 girl names. So we picked one for the boy, one for the girl, because we didn't know the sex of the baby
Okay.
up until birth.
Okay.
So Aitana has different meaning in different cultures and different ethnic groups. So it's in Spanish. Spanish, it means glory. Italian, it means glory. In Arabic, it means for the people. Yes. And then it's also Basque name. It also means glory. So I liked the fact that it wasn't tied to one specific group of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was
diverse.
like, yeah, it's diverse. Like when I say Aitana Kasanda, the Arabs can say, Aitana. And then the Spanish people can say, oh, Aitana. Like the people can pull
their own meaning.
Yes, they can find
that's
their own
attached to
meaning
that
for that name.
I'm always curious how people name their kids because I hated my name for so long. I don't even use it. Unless you send me M-Pesa, that's how you'll know my real name.
I think, yeah, that's
It can be said here
Yeah,
on the
but I
podcast if you
really
want.
hated my
Sorry?
name for the
Nione
longest
kando,
time.
nione
I
Juma
still
attend.
don't like it, yeah.
Nione nyuma ya tent. Naweza sema
I
jina
think-
hapa sahi.
I think, come to think of it, I also hated mine.
Yeah?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I hated my dad's name.
Okay, your
The-
surname.
that you
My
were
surname,
given.
yeah.
Your surname.
Yes.
Surname that you were
So growing up, I wanted to be Bill Maxwell. I don't know. Maybe I wanted to be
RBM.
white or something.
given. Could be.
Yeah, and then
You just hated the name.
I
That's it.
just hated the
Yeah.
name. And now I love it. It's the one name that I identify
Maxwell,
with,
Bill Maxwell,
Kasanda.
Bill
Kasanda.
Like rarely do I say my name is Bill. I say it's Kasanda.
Kasanda.
Kasanda. So I love it. I think it's maybe just growing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was named. Who named me? Okay. So my dad's late friend
Mm-hmm.
is called Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Called?
Like Philip, like just like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first son he got, he named Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the way I remember it is when I was born, he came with his son to see me, and they found that I didn't have a name. And then his son said like he should be named Edgar like me. And my
And then you
folks are,
became Edgar.
you know what? Let's go with it.
Ah.
Boom. So that name was slapped. But there's a history with the fact that both Philips had a mutual friend
Called
called
Edgar.
Edgar. I see.
Ah.
and they really adored this guy. Like
Okay.
there are a lot of things about him that they really loved,
Mhm.
and they're like, you know what? I've also gotten my first boy,
Mm.
as you also got your first boy. Like, you know what? Let's just do this thing so we can carry this Philip,
Okay.
Edgar kind of thing. Yeah. So
I wish
I've
they
never
named
minded
me
the
what
name.
they wanted
It's
to
been
name
very.
me earlier.
You what?
I wish they named me. So my dad was reading a book, and it actually somebody was reading a book, and they happened to mention like this. So I was named after my grandmother. I loved my grandmother, but I just don't identify with the name I was given.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not me at all.
I see.
But someone was reading a book, and it had this name, and nobody in my family had heard of that name. So that was the name I was supposed to be given, which was Cynthia.
Yeah.
And I wish they named me Cynthia because I kind of feel like a
You look Cynthia.
deep inside, yeah.
You look like a Cynthia.
I should transition to a Cynthia.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always very interesting to me to know like how people name their kids. How did you end up with Miguel? Uh-huh.
See, didn't make it complicated.
Okay.
Very clever.
I thought you were
Stood-
watching a telenovela when you were making your child. Okay. Okay.
I don't know how to do with naming my child. I don't know how to do. I don't think I'm like that.
You can.
Because sometimes you find out how guys name their kids, and guys come up with like some really. Before the name is given,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
Either it is something to do with the birth process,
Mm.
what happened in the bathroom, and how the child came out.
Yeah,
And then
the
there's something to
time.
do with like during the birth process, was there like a family member who was really attached to
I
the
see.
mother who was pregnant with the baby? How do they deal with the mother? How do they deal with you? And then the baby comes out and someone gives the name. And you're like, okay, but someone gives you like a whole history. I don't know if I have that fiber in me, but maybe I just tell the mother, like, you choose the name. We'll go
You have
with that
9
one.
months.
Yeah?
You have 9 months.
In 9 months, I can
you
come up with
you can come
something.
up with a name. You know?
You'll figure out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
But for me, one thing, I didn't want somebody to pick and impose a name. For my
Okay.
child.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That can get very.
Because I
Tricky.
remember when I called mom, I was like, "This is the name we're picking," and then mom was like, "My parents are very religious." My mom said something very interesting. She was like, "Okay, ni sawa, but taenda niangalie kwa kitabu. Kama hiyo jina iko kwa Biblia, tutabadilisha."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
And it's very
like,
common with folks.
no, I was like, "Mom, you don't know me," but I didn't verbalize it. I just
Yeah.
said, "Okay,
Yeah.
you have fun with this."
There's some things you don't
have
need to.
fun
You don't
with
need to make a fuss.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
fun with it. Yes.
See, she's your daughter, so
Yeah, she's mine.
She's
Like
your daughter.
nobody's going. Nobody's going. And I also
It's
want.
within your right, bro.
Yeah, I want my kid to be free of so many things that either I've been tied to or attached to.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
identity is such a.
Yeah,
It carries a lot of weight.
yes.
Carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Especially, I think, kids don't have the control over what names they're given.
yeah.
But later on in life, when they know what their names are attached to,
Yeah,
it also could get them feeling some type of way.
some type of
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
And I don't think that's a heavy burden to carry, to have a kid
Yeah.
carry.
No.
Outside all the other things that we have to deal with in life.
I don't know in what culture is it that they name after the third day. Can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah, they give
don't do it
the baby
immediately.
time.
I see.
like that.
To
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah,
I
I
like
also
that.
saw like on
These are some
these
even wait
messages you get
longer.
from eCitizen. Apparently, if you don't like your child's name, you can change it within 2 years. But after year 2, that's it. It's cast in stone. If they need
like
to change,
that.
it can only be added.
I like
So in
that.
Kenya, you can still change the name if you feel like your child does not identify with the
Within
name
2
that
years.
within 2 years.
I like that. That's
But
fine.
what? Okay. Out of curiosity, what is your child not identifying with that name?
Like if you see your child and then you see their personality and you've called
You're like,
Yeah, and you're like,
I see.
yeah, and then you're like,
Who you
this one
see
is really
Bill?
not
This
a
not a
Kevo.
Bill.
Who you
These
see
are
Bill?
Moses.
Huu ni Brayo huyu. Acha kutuambia story mingi. Huu ni
Nice
Brayo bana.
one, nice one, nice one. I like.
So something new also happened.
Mhm.
Ninah, you have Ninah was
Yeah, so
she attempted
I attempted sobriety. Yeah.
Hi guys! So today I'm at Istiqbal showroom where I get all my style inspo and all of my furniture.
Istiqbal, furniture for life.
Yeah, so we're back on the sobriety wagon and we're trying to see wagon.
Yeah.
So we can do it or not.
whether you can do it or not.
Yeah, so you'll just if you pray or whoever you talk to, just send some good vibes my way. Actually, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll take it a day at a time.
Take the dead time.
Yeah. So what else
At
has
least
been
you're
going on?
attempting. At least you're attempting. You know,
Yeah.
for me, I mean, I've been during this podcast leave. I got to 3 years. I got to celebrate my 3rd year.
What did you do? Oh,
What did I do?
what did you do on the
On the day?
anniversary
Your
day?
birthday.
No, I don't even know. I didn't do anything special.
I don't know.
Funny enough, you said that. When I hit 1 year, I remember my boy telling me, "Okay, you hit 1 year, so take a shot then." And I'm like, "Okay, but then I can't start the 2nd year. I have to go back
You
to
have
year
to
one.
go back to year
I have
one
to go
now.
to day one
Start.
to start to get to year 1 again. So it didn't work like that. Like, no, you've done 1 year, you've proved your
You've
point.
proved that you can
So I'm
be
like,
so
yeah, I'd like to keep proving that I can do it, I guess. So here I am. No, that day I don't think I did anything special per se, but something happened.
Mhm.
So I put it up on social media that I was 3 years sober, and especially on Twitter.
Mm.
On Twitter, Twitter, which we call a place that is not our home. I got a lot of people I don't know who reached out to me saying, how have you done it? I would like to do it. How have you done it? Send me contacts of either a rehab center or a therapist I can speak to, or can I talk to my family? Can I talk to my friends? Like, this is basically how to navigate that space. And so I spent about maybe 3-4 days replying to messages to these people, and it gave me a sense of fulfillment.
Mhm.
Number one. Number two, it gave me, a sense of like responsibility also. Like, oh shit, because I've done this thing, I'm not like responsible for other people, but people have seen me in a certain light.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how can we feed off that?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't do it to keep it to myself. I'd like to share that with others. So this one guy who, I shared contact with very many people, but this one guy, don't know him, never met him, but he said, Edgar, I'm going to go sober. So I'm like, yeah, you respond to people, then you respond to people. But a week later, the guy writes to me in DM, it's like, oh, Edgar, just wanted to let you know that I'm a week sober. I'm like, oh, okay, well done. Edgar, just like to know that I'm 2 weeks sober. And I'm like, oh, shit, he's now done a month. And I don't know him, but every week
He'll
he
let
sent
you
me,
know.
he let me know. And I just told him, you know what? Keep letting me know.
Yeah.
I've never met you, but just keep letting me know, because that gives me, it gave
You
me
know
joy.
but that's how sponsors work, right?
That's how sponsors work.
Yeah, that's how
so
sponsors work.
I think Night Sending maybe at some point.
You are his sponsor.
In a way, I'm his sponsor.
His Twitter
Yeah.
sponsor. eh.
So I think at some point I should also
Congratulations on being a boyfriend and a spoon.
And a
at the-
spoon you.
at the same
Yeah.
time.
I Boyfriend and
Plus,
us ponyo.
I think it's so nice because sometimes when we are doing the U-turn, either you want to quit or you want to stop doing something. Sometimes you lack somebody to go back to and say,
Yeah.
I've done it for 1 week,
Yeah.
I've done for 1 month.
I remember,
You
I
lack
didn't have
those
that.
people. So
Yeah. I
didn't have that
it's
during
so
my time.
it's so nice.
Like when I
of you,
started
man.
off, I think other than my friend who we had lunch with,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me to take a break. I still didn't know how to even tell her. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I've done a week, I've done 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
I just had an
The
app.
app.
And I remember for
Yeah.
the first 6 months, I was so day 1, day 2,
were
day 3,
monitoring.
day 4, day 5. Now I don't even look at the app. Like I don't even care for it. It's until someone asks me and I'm like, oh wait, I'm at 2 years, I don't know. So
Now
I
it's
check.
become a lifestyle.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's been dope. Looking forward to another many more years. Meeting people who are doing it. Man, the guys who I know came and told me they've done 9 years. Someone came to me 15, someone done 20. And I'm like, wow, you guys have been in this for a while. And these are guys I know. Some I didn't know that they've been like
on
sober that
journey.
long.
Yeah.
So they've given me, some motivation to keep going. And then I think just the other thing that I'd probably share that has happened is I got into a financial planning situation with my folks. So we had to part with an asset. I think we talked about this back in the time when we had to sell a car to raise money to pay off some debts and buy a couple of things that we needed in the house, and then also have some money to probably use individually for a quarter.
Yeah.
And then also have money that will be used for food.
Yep.
And other bills around the house.
Just
for a
your
quarter as
upkeep,
well.
yeah.
Just upkeep and all that, yeah. So the plan came up, and I'm like, okay, let's. I'm okay with selling the car. It's fine. It's going to serve the purpose of helping our family be cushioned for a quarter. That's more than that's okay, because where we were headed, we didn't have enough income that was coming in for us to that we used to supplement a lot of the stuff that we have going around the house, and then as an individual or as individuals. So now came, how do we plan for this money? So it's like how much you're selling the car, and then it's like, okay, what do we do with this money? So everyone was tasked with, what do you want to individually sort out other than just the house stuff? What do you individually want to sort out? So like, what's your debt portfolio? And then what are the bills that you have maybe as a person, as an individual, each month? So tabulation was done, and we had costs, and then it was like, let's plan. And so I reached out to Ninah, and we did Excel sheets on Excel sheets on Excel sheets. But the more important thing is, when I presented these Excel sheets to my folks, man, even presenting it to them was such a difficult thing. Something that was a very straightforward thing became very complicated, and it triggered a lot of like past trauma as a family, like just how sometimes we may be dysfunctional, how we communicate, that's not the best. And we're trying to do this really sensitive thing. We've never done this before. We've never planned for money like this ever.
Yeah.
And it's been a very tedious process. Like I think
Was it challenging for you?
It was very challenging because it brought up a lot of thoughts, a lot of emotions, some current, and most of the current emotions and thoughts that I faced were informed from my past.
Yeah.
They resurfaced in such an aggressive way.
Yeah.
So you lack sleep, you're not able to you're not able to focus, you're not able to eat, and all you're trying to do is do good by your family. It was not a selfish thing that I was trying to do, where I was trying to get all the money to me
For yourself.
for myself. It was money that was going to help everyone. We sort out debt. We have upkeep as individuals to pay our own individual bills. We have food for 3 months, and then bills that whether it's internet, whether it's power, water, we have that also covered for 3 months. And it's been tedious. The car was sold, the money came, and we had a plan. But the plan came after we sold the car. So you already know where this goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me ask you, what did
yeah.
you learn from this experience? What is your take home? Is it take home? No, take away.
My takeaway.
Yeah.
My takeaways are number one. Money is a very sensitive thing, which needs people to plan so damn well. We've talked about discipline and indiscipline, on and offset.
Mm-hmm.
With money, I mean, you can never plan to the T, but have a plan. Have a plan in place. Number two, especially if you're in a setup where you're more than one person depending on this money or depending on each other's monies put together. Plan well, communicate honestly, follow through with the plan. In the event unpredictable situations come up, communicate before using the money. You know this thing where they say, you do whatever and ask for permission later.
Yeah.
When it comes to money, don't do that. Because it's going to be a source of disagreements that you can avoid. You can avoid to a great extent. Yeah. So plan well, communicate. And whatever decisions you make, have longevity in sight. If you don't know how to get longevity, if you've never had a situation where you've had to look at long term, ask around. Like, I'm glad I did the Excel sheets with Ninah, because there's a lot of stuff that I had thought about doing and she's just like, no, we're not doing. You don't have the luxury of doing that today or doing that now in your current situation. And sometimes you need someone to come and tell you those things that you don't want to hear.
Point blank.
You know? Because the assumption you have is that when I get this lump sum of money, oh my God, now I'm good.
Free.
I'm free.
Free at last.
I'm free at last. The problems are sorted. But I mean, look at the rate at which life is coming at us. Fuel is going up every 14th of the next month.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I think today that we've gotten the cushioning where they've said we have until elections. So you literally just have 2 months. You know, with this month, no, actually it's 1 month. Just this into next month. That's it.
Yeah.
From August, it's free fall from there. You know, so yeah, have a financial. If you can afford a financial planner, get one. If you can't afford, but you have friends, this is where your network becomes a net worth. If you have friends who can give you financial advice, go to them and allow them to give them your honest situation, your real situation.
Yes.
Give them your reality. After that, allow them to advise you accordingly.
Take it with a pinch of salt.
Take it with a pinch of salt, because there are things that they'll tell you that you may not want to hear, or you know what? They're probably seeing something that you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it comes to things like how it got me into the mode of thinking, not just even, let's say, me dating, but like if I was to be married right now, have kids,
your financial health
is so important.
Yes.
So am I going to B&D to spend 10,000 entertaining myself and
Kenya
my friends?
Power is going to come next
And
week.
there is a guy for KPLC who's going to come next week saying, in fact, he didn't even need to come. The notification, okay, we know he's coming. I already got the text from KPLC saying that power is due.
Yeah.
I know the clean lady is coming to clean the house tomorrow.
Yeah.
She probably won't utilize 10,000, but that 10,000 kitty that I spent, I could have paid it off there. You know, if it is Zuku for 5,000, whatever, I've paid.
Yeah.
That's already, those are things taken care of, and we see with the longevity of the clean lady doesn't have to come for 2 weeks. House is taken care of. Zuku or whichever internet provider you use, that's 1 month. So you see, I've this value add as compared to the one night when I'm entertained and then it's all for guests to give stories for, hey, Manze Jamlek through for us, boaties, dude.
Yeah.
And guys went and paid everything out and then moved on with life.
Yeah, in the sewage of Nairobi.
It's
probably just 100% alcohol at this rate.
At this rate, 100% alcohol. Yeah, so those are some of the lessons that I picked up along the way. And I think do them from the onset. Yeah. They are uncomfortable conversations to have. Yeah. But when you get the rhythm of having them often, they become very normal.
Yeah.
So you don't have to feel like, kila time sasa paka nitoe pesa. it's you've already
I
planned
mean,
for it.
money carries energy
It does.
in itself, yeah? And you cannot be afraid of that energy. Like they say, like if you're afraid of checking your bank balance, and you're just calculating in your head how much you have, you don't even know. Go check. You should know so that you can budget your money, you can plan your life better,
I'll
right?
give you. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a
that's
sign
true.
of poor financial health.
If you're afraid of your own bank account, it's a problem.
Yeah, look at your M-Pesa
But
balance.
and funny
Don't
enough,
be
even for
surprised.
those guys who watch this episode,
Yeah.
I'm sure at any given point in time, because now that you have smartphones and you have banking apps there,
Yes.
when you're doing transactions, there's that place where the balance is there.
Balance.
You avoid.
You avoid.
Close the message quickly. Yeah. Swipe. You don't want to read that
Done.
text.
Then you log out of the app and you put the phone away. and you
I think
leave.
it is a big problem because
is.
my bank sent me a message asking me if when they're sending me transaction messages, they should
give you the balance.
they
Give you
should
the
no
balance.
they should withhold
Withhold the balance.
the balance, so they can just tell me a certain amount has been paid to
Yeah.
maybe Total for fuel
Yeah.
without telling you the balance. They sent me that message. I was like, wow, kumbe shit is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys who would prefer
Yes,
to withhold, but
yes.
I think a lot of time people would like that balance withheld, especially if you're running on hand to mouth situations.
Yeah.
But I
It
like
is
what you've
important
said.
to know
It is
even
important to
where
know.
your shillings are.
I think
It's important to know.
we are just scared of facing ourselves and facing our own demons.
But where do you
on
think that
reality.
comes from?
I think that
But this riding the wave of it's okay. When we get there, we will know what to do. And to me, that's not planning.
it's so many things. Like it's just so many things. You can't just point one specific thing and say maybe this is conditioning and this is environment. There's just so much happening. And
Yeah.
it could also be you, how you're dealing with your pressures in life. How do you deal
Yeah.
with stress?
You
How
don't
do
want
you
to be
tackle?
stressed.
You don't want to be stressed.
Yeah,
Probably your balance
yeah.
itakupeleka
And the
kwa
fact that
bar.
they were
Put your pressure.
worst
Yes.
people never check their bank balances in a bar.
No?
You
can
really
never.
don't wanna know you're broke
You
when
can
you're-
never. But you know what's worse is, in the heat of the moment when you're in the bar and you're spending the money. In fact, at that time it's free fall. Kinda. Most times it's okay. We move. Then in the morning, because technology has done a thing.
And you're checking it
Where
inside
now
the bed,
in the morning you're hanging and then you one eye open.
Who stole from me?
Who spent all this money? This is not me, kind of thing. But you've taught me one thing. It's important to know whether you have money or don't.
Whether
have money.
whether you have money or you don't
So there's
have.
a discipline that I
Always check. Always know what your liquidity capacity is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know your situation.
There's
Yeah.
a thing I've started doing. It's for every transaction I make, I jot it down.
Yeah, jot
So
it
like
down.
I've
create your own
spent-
balance sheet.
I've done spent this. I've spent
What goes
this, I've
out
spent this,
has
I've
to.
spent this,
They
I've
have to
spent
balance
this.
both sides.
Yeah. So spent this here. I spent this there. I spent this there. Yeah. So I've never done it before, but I'd like to practice that discipline. So even if I've gone like 2 days and I've not done it, I usually just take out my phone and I'm like, no, wait. Go to M-Pesa, you go to the bank, you write everything down and you move. But yeah.
For me, I got somebody who now is the boss, who every transaction, every message I have to send to him and everything
Yeah.
and all that. And now every month, sometimes we don't do it every month, but every other month we have to sit down and see my financial health and how things are going.
Are you in the red or
Are you on the red, green? And
People are
yes,
dying
people,
of
it's
poor
crazy.
financial
Like
health.
it's,
No, people are.
Yeah.
And if you look at
and,
it,
and one thing I discovered is sometimes having this person and having the person to actually watch over your finances is much cheaper than you doing it yourself and you messing it up.
Also,
Yes.
you lie to yourself.
Yes, you always lie
You
to
lie
yourself
to
most of the
yourself.
time.
You keep convincing yourself of a different narrative.
Yeah.
That's not the reality. And you're like,
You know, in your brain you can create a business idea and let
Yeah.
it flourish and see yourself making millions before
Yeah.
you even move out of this chair.
Yeah.
facts.
And with that, let's wrap it up. It's been awesome. Ninah.
This is a good season 2 premiere.
Yes, and I think also season 2, we wanna just take time and get to know ourselves, get to find the groove
Yeah.
of Naked Ego podcast. So if you're watching, if you're listening, we promise we want to deliver something powerful, something nice, something interesting to watch and listen to. So for those who are watching on YouTube, you can subscribe and you can ding the bell. And for those who are watching on all these other, wherever you listen your podcast platforms. So we are there. Please find us.
So watch,
And
like, share.
Also, let us know
subscribe.
what your thoughts
Yeah,
are.
let
Like
us
me,
know
I'd
what-
like to know what people think about
Yes,
Sokret because
yes,
it's something
yes.
I'm really struggling with.
Yeah. So
Financial health.
Yeah.
People who have been fathers longer in the game, please.
yes,
Share.
Write
Drop
your
a comment.
comments and
Drop
let
a
us
comment.
know.
Yeah. Drop a comment. Share your feedback. It would be dope. It would be dope.
Yeah, we love you so much. It's been real. This is
Till
the
next
Naked
time.
Ego podcast.
Till next time.
Thank you for listening.